Hi Leo, welcome to your June reading. So this is for Sun, Moon and Rising in Leo. You can look up your Venus and your Mars as well, but I sort of find that typically your Sun, your Moon and your Rising are the most accurate. Now, I also want to address the Leo cross watchers that are here because Leo has come up in a lot of people's readings, whether that's the general readings or the private readings. Leo just seems to be everywhere, so I'm quite excited to do this one because I'm a Scorpio and I'm very nosy, so I'm quite excited to see what comes up for you today, Leo, because certainly a lot of other people, particularly the water signs, seem to be having a moment with you guys. So let's see, what are the messages for Leo? What are the messages for Leo? I also think for you guys, the Uranus moving into your 10th house of career may be a little bit tricky for you. The chaoticness of Uranus can make you feel a little bit insecure in your job, your role in your work, the career path that you're on. You may suddenly make a dramatic change over the course of the Uranus period, but this is going to last I think over 8 years, because it goes back into Aries in November, I think. Don't quote me on that. I'm not entirely sure when it retrogrades back into Aries temporarily, but at that stage you may be finding a surprise decision to work overseas, or an opportunity to work overseas that you didn't have before. That's towards the end of the year, but we're focusing on now. And I'm thinking with the Sun currently going through your 11th house of communications, networking, there's a new moon in that area for you on the 13th. So networking and getting to know different types of people and different types of backgrounds is going to be beneficial to you. But let's just see what we've got here. Six of Swords. So yeah, travel may be influenced, but this is also very much for me moving from one chapter of your life into another. So I'm thinking June is going to be a quite significant month now. It is the 6th month, and this is also the 6th. And Swords are air energy, so this is the 6th month. It's Gemini season, so I'm feeling like this month is going to be already quite significant for you. It's almost like you get these mid-year resolutions and you see if you've really kept any of the ones you made at the beginning of the year, or if you didn't make any or you didn't keep them, because I don't think I did. You'll probably make some new ones and really hit refresh on this year as it is. The Knight of Wands is crossing you, so this is you. But this is also travel, so some of you have had delays in travelling or delays in moving job, or you may have been back and forward with a relationship or having regrets on a relationship that has ended. 6 of Cups, yeah. There is a past love connection coming up for you guys. It may be with the water sign. This makes sense in conjunction with the other readings. So I'm sort of getting this feeling that there was a romantic partner of yours in the past that seems to be at the forefront of your mind going into June. I do get the impression for a lot of you this is a past person, so someone that has been and gone, or someone where the relationship has ended. I don't know. For some of you it could also be somebody new coming in while there's still somebody in the past, but we'll know as we get around the cards. So the 9 of Swords means you're losing sleep over something, or you're feeling guilt or anxiety surrounding a situation. Page of Pentacles means there is a message coming through, but this may be work related. 7 of Swords means defenses are up in regard to your love life and your family situation. The 10 of Pentacles, and then the outcome is the Ace of Wands. The 10 of Wands. Whew. Leo, I feel a little bit burnt out and exhausted just looking at this card and doing this reading, but I think there's a lot weighing on your mind in terms of your love relationships. I'm curious to why this ended, because I do think there is an ex that there was a great spark and a great connection with. It doesn't always have to be an ex, by the way. I think it can be someone that was significant in your heart, rather than just someone that you were in an actual relationship with. I feel like it could be somebody that was more a situationship, I think you call them now, where you were seeing each other, you're dating, maybe it didn't go the full whack and you felt a little bit of disappointment with that, but there's a reason surrounding this that I think is a little bit, it may be to do with your work situation. It may have been that you had taken on too much, or it may have been that this person, you were worried it would be high maintenance. Like you were worried it would be too much effort. Or maybe they were too much effort. Maybe that's why it ended. Maybe you felt like you were carrying the burden of this relationship. Or maybe you felt like you had too many burdens on your mind to give your attention to this person. For whatever reason, this person has exited, okay, and they're on your mind. I do feel like it's a water sign with this King of Cups here, but it could be the moon and rising. And if you are across watching water sign, hi, you've come up. But there's also for some of you an earth sign coming through. Like a message from an earth sign or communication with an earth sign. There's two people here, and there's this spark, and I feel like there was this offer of security with this relationship, but for some reason it hasn't gone through. It's kind of like taking a bank card that's full of money to an ATM and it's still saying declined. I feel like that's the kind of the thinking I'm getting because of the presence of the Ten of Pentacles here. There was everything you needed in the bank, you know, emotionally, but this hasn't gone through. So, some of you are also very worried about money. Some of you really want money to come through this month. And with the Ace of Wands here, ooh, I would have a strong suspicion that a creative opportunity or an actual message of work is coming through with the Page of Pentacles here. So this is in the immediate future. This is the outcome. I feel like this card is coming through soon, and I think it's going to lead to something quite significant and a new start in your career and your financial sector. And while all this is going on, you've got this like relationship drama. So I'm going to go around this again, Leo. Messages for Leo. Messages for Leo. Now, also, just regarding this Knight of Wands is crossing you, it could be another fire sign. I'm kind of getting Aries for some people. Someone that you just can't move forward from. Oh, we've got a stray. Justice, for some of you, it could be a leap. Or some of you, it could be a relationship that was unfair, or it ended unfairly. Or you thought you'd done the right thing in ending it, or they thought they'd done the right thing in ending it, and now there's doubts. There are questions, and there is a lack of closure. There's a lack of movement forward. And it seems to be Six of Pentacles with two sixes. So, I'm thinking the 6th of June actually is going to come up as quite a significant date. With the two sixes in a row. Something could happen. There is a fire sign for some of you. There is another Aries or Sagittarius or another Leo. But I do also feel like you have felt that you've made a decision and you've been immature about it, or you've been premature about it. Perhaps you acted in haste, or perhaps you didn't act at all because your own element is crossing you very strongly here. So I feel like you haven't reacted to something in the way you usually would. Five of Swords. I feel like you might have cheated on somebody, or someone cheated on you. There's been infidelity in a relationship that's ended, a relationship from the past. Maybe it's something you'd learned from home or they'd learned from home, but you're holding on quite tightly to this person, this King of Cups. You're holding on quite tightly to this King of Cups person. Ace of Cups is here. That's pretty good in terms of refreshing your emotions. Three of Pentacles. For some of you that are really worried about work, there's good stuff coming. If you're looking for a job, there's good stuff coming. It could be more than one offer. After a period of anxiety, because the Nine of Swords to me and the Six of Swords, I feel like at the minute you're maybe in a little bit of a fuzzy spot. Okay, so we have the progression from the Seven of Wands, which is your defenses and putting up a fight, arguments, to the Eight of Wands, which is movement, communication, things going well, things moving. Messages being sent back and forth is what I'm sort of getting here with a person. The Sun card with the Ten of Cups is beautiful. So there really is an opportunity for a very fulfilling and happy relationship, or a very fulfilling and happy opportunity. Now, the Hierophant is also here, so you are wanting something stable, and it may have been something stable you rejected before. And the Magician. Beautiful. And the Seven of Cups underneath. So don't, you may be tempted to redo what it is that you had done before that has either upset somebody, or whether it was that you were playing the field for that little bit too long into your relationship or a new bond, and you maybe didn't want to be in something serious, or it may have been that you were with someone that didn't want to be with something serious. You know, whenever you give these scenarios, you can replace the person. So if I say, for example, you maybe didn't want to be with somebody that wanted a commitment, it may also be that they didn't want the commitment and you did. You know what I mean? Like, there can be that interchange and interplay. You know, the cards don't always say, this is who, this is who. The Magician and the Ace of Wands, though, creative sparks, new ideas, and a way to turn things around are all up here. You can be creative in what it is that you want. You certainly have it within reach. So if this is a job, know that the more positive thoughts and more creative you are in this sort of endeavor is going to come back and work for you. Whether as if you feel like you have no control, you have no say, and you have no trust, then things aren't going to work out so well. But I don't really see that happening. I see this as more of an opportunity to get back to being in control of your life. Now, it may also be because I feel like there's someone that there's a very strong attraction with, and how do I put this? You have to be cautious that that's not all it is for you, because I don't feel like it is for them. But there may be somebody that you really, 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 you know, love them to look at, but you're not so sure you want to be in a relationship with them. Or it may be that you find them very attractive, that you worry about the long-term potential. You know, there's sort of there's a contrast between people that you find very attractive and people that are suitable. You need to find the balance of both. So I'm feeling like you want a commitment, but you also want fun. So if you're in a situation where you want your cake and eat it, you want your cake and to eat it too, I feel like you're going to end up looking a bit foolish, or you're going to lose out on somebody. Somebody significant, because there's someone around you, and I do feel like it could be a water sign, or someone that is very sensitive and very quiet. You may lose out on this person by being a bit of a player, but it may also be that you're the sincere one and the other person is acting out, and you take back the control and you say you don't want that. I almost feel a little bit like it's your decision to make, you know, if you want to be with this person or not, but I do think they may surprise you. This person has a backbone, even if they seem quite soft, because at the minute with the Four of Pentacles, I feel like you're either holding on to them or their guard is up, because I also see them as the Seven of Wands. Their guard's up against you, or your guard's up against them, and somehow or another this turns into a conversation. Somebody has to let the defenses down, and for different people it'll be either you or it'll be the other person, but somebody is standing their ground. Someone has been wronged, and it needs to be addressed. It needs to be talked about. So I'll go around again. It may also be that you're really fighting for work and you're not seeing any progress, and then the Eight of Wands energy gives you this suddenly messages are coming through, and possibly more than you expected, and you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed and you can't handle as many, and you're like, who do I pick, you know, job wise? For a lot of you, career is picking up, I promise. So the High Priestess, the Three of Cups. I really feel, Leo, like you were playing the field. And I feel like it's you. But, as I said, it could be somebody else. But it could be a Pisces person in your life that you're thinking about. Or someone that appears very mysterious and ethereal and mystical. I feel like they sort of have a magical quality about them, and you just can't get them out of your head. And you're like, what was I thinking here? And then the Three of Cups, to me, crossing you suggests that you may have picked a partying lifestyle, or they may have picked a partying lifestyle. Whichever one of you picked that over the person you're meant to be with, I feel like you're having regrets there. The Two of Wands, yeah, there was Some of you were definitely in a third-party situation, and this came up in Pisces and Scorpio, so there is a water sign connection here. But I'm also getting Earth, so like Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Six of Wands. It was good while it lasted, huh? Two of Swords, yeah. Somebody's not willing to talk or not willing to move at the minute, and it's going to lead you feeling sorry for yourself. I feel like you're initially going to possibly reach out, or they're going to reach out, and there's going to be an initial rejection. I say initial rejection. So if somebody's ignoring you or you're ignoring somebody, give it a minute. Death card. Some of you are definitely dealing with a Scorpio. Queen of Pentacles. Some of you are dealing with an Earth sign. Knight of Pentacles. Some of you really are dealing with an Earth sign. And the Queen of Cups, a water sign. So, you know, the way I see it is the person that you're going to choose, or the person that you want to be talking to that you're maybe not talking to right now, it's going to happen. I do feel like the communication is down at the minute. I feel like the words aren't getting through. Someone's feelings have been hurt and someone's defensive. And you have to be patient with that. You have to put out the feelers with this person. You have to put out the message first. I don't think they're gonna. Either it's their pride getting in the way if they've done something wrong, or it is that you've wronged them and they're hurt. I almost feel like this is a why didn't I see this before energy, and that's either for you or them, but this is one of those things that takes a bit of time and it takes a bit of patience, because this person's running low on trust that you're dealing with. You know, whether they act out because of that, they might, or whether or not they are short on trust because of something you've done. They're still kind of waiting to hear from you anyway. There's a lack of finality here. It's very hard to ignore. So this is a situation that's not done yet. And certainly the links with the ex or whatever seem to be pretty prevalent, but at the same time you have to put a lot of focus on your career and yourself at the minute, and it's sort of a question is, do you really have the time? Do you really have the time to put somebody else into the picture? Because this is quite a lot going on in your career that's going to be very significant, and it's going to be prosperous. I feel like it's going to be a very different scenario by the end of the month, because at the beginning of the month, I can see you trying to progress and not feeling like you're getting anywhere. And by the end of the month, you're getting somewhere in your career. However, there's that reflection. Mars on the 26th, I believe, is going retrograde in Aquarius. And that is your 7th house of partnerships. So past lovers and exes may come more towards the end of the month. But you're certainly thinking about somebody. And I get this sort of impression from the reading that they're probably thinking about you too, but their defenses are up. Or it's your defenses that are up and nobody's getting through. So it's up to you what you do with that, Leo. I feel like if you're going to make a connection with somebody and you want to give it a go, it has to come from you. Regarding the other person, if you've wronged them, certainly they may be willing to hear you out. Don't know from the cards exactly how much they'd be willing to listen. Some of them will, some of them won't. But that's more of a July topic, I'm thinking. So I hope you enjoyed that reading, Leo. Thank you for all your likes and subscriptions, and I'll talk to you in July.